me. I'm excited to have with me Sanj today. He's here to kind of go over the past couple episodes on the Full Circle. I've been talking about what it is to live the life of your dreams. And for me, being the idea of being away from my family for 40 plus hours isn't the most ideal situation. And Sanj has actually found a way to stay at home and spend time with his family all the time and still make a nice income. So I wanted to have him on the show to kind of share a little bit about his story and how he was able to do that and have that freedom. So welcome, Sanj, to the Full Circle. And how are you today?
Hey Chris, thanks for having me. I'm doing great. Thank you so much.
Mhm. Awesome. So could you kind of share a little bit like about what it is that you used to do for your job and how you made money and what led you to where you are today, like being able to work from home and provide for your family and not have to be away for so many hours a week?
Oh wow, yeah, definitely. I would love to share my story. I guess I would have to take you back all the way to 1990. That's 24 years ago when my parents first moved to Canada from a small island called Sri Lanka in the Indian Ocean. We came here as war immigrants, and when I came here, I was 14 years old. And you listen to what your parents say always as you're growing up. So they put me in a school. They told me to go to school and get a good education and go and work for somebody. So that's what I started on my journey when I was 14 years old. Finished high school, went on to post-secondary education, and after I finished that, when I was about, I believe, 21 years old, I got myself a job, a corporate job, and settled in, and I thought that was life, right? And a few years into it, something was telling me, man, this is not right. It just didn't feel right, and I knew I wasn't living my potential. I was taking orders from somebody. Somebody was telling me when to come to work, when to go home, how much I'm worth, how much time I can take off, and how much I can see my family and that sort of stuff. But I didn't know any better, and I didn't have any other opportunities, so I just kept going with that job for almost 11 years. I was in that job. It was a 9 to 5. I had my own office. I got really comfortable with the paycheck, but life really didn't change for 10 years, right? I kind of stayed in the same place. What do they call it? The hamster wheel, right? I was on the hamster wheel, and wasn't really doing the things that I really wanted to do, which was travel, spend more time with my family and friends, even to be able to make more income to do the things that I really wanted to do. So one thing happened during the time when the recession was going on and a lot of companies were restructuring and downsizing. And, one day I was at work and I got called down to human resources during my shift, and I was told, my job was no longer there. The head office in Sweden decided to restructure the company, and they decided to remove my department, and along with me, 11 other people lost their job on that day. And that was a really scary part in my life, because at that time is when now my wife, Chelsea, at that time my girlfriend, she had moved to Toronto from the United States to live with me, and we got a condo together and we started our lives together. And 2 weeks into it, I got laid off, and that was the only source of income, and that was really scary.
Wow.
And I was confused, lost, didn't know what to do. I lost all faith in job security. Here's a job I thought I had, and it was just taken away from me without any notice. So job security is really is not a stable thing anymore. I mean, you're just a number when you're working for a company. They're concerned about their bottom line, and whenever they're not making the numbers, they just cut people, and they don't care what type of lifestyle you have. They don't care about your family. They don't care, if you just bought a condo, or if this is the only income, they just let you go. So At that time, I told my wife, Chels, I don't want to go back to a work. I don't want to go back to a job again. I don't want to work for somebody. I want to have my own business. And so I took some time off, a few weeks off, and really decided what I wanted to do. And we decided to start our own business in the restaurant industry, supplying paper goods and cleaning chemicals and food containers. We started from our garage, and within 6 months, we expanded into a bigger warehouse, employees, trucks, all of that kind of stuff. And a few years into the business, it was really taking a toll on us, the traditional business. I ended up working 60 to 70 hours a week. I was seeing my wife less and less. I was spending more time on the road. Couldn't really travel. Couldn't take any time off, and the financial stress of running the business was really taking a toll on my health, and our relationship, my relationship with my other family members. You just become like a slave to your own business when you start a traditional business. And I really started looking for an opportunity, and really wanted to get out of the traditional business. I didn't want to live the rest of my life that way. And soon after my daughter was born, I really had this shift. I would be gone to run my business before she was up, and then when I came home, she was sleeping. So I didn't get to see her at all in the first year of her being born, and that was really tearing me inside. I remember I would go on the road and to appointments and to see clients, and in between I'll just break down and start crying because I knew that this is not what I wanted to do. So, I was out there, kind of looking and searching for something better. I knew there was something better. I knew there was something to really take me and my family to a lifestyle that I really wanted to live. And, an opportunity came my way that turned out to be a true blessing in our life. And I had to take a lot of courage and get out of my comfort zone to take advantage of this opportunity and have an open mind, and really go after it, to provide for my family in the best way I can, and to live up to my potential. And my wife and I, we took a big risk. And we jumped into this opportunity. 3 months into this opportunity, my wife and I working together, we were matching income that I was making in my traditional business, trading 60 to 70 hours a week, and my overhead in my business was between $20,000 to $30,000 a month in my traditional business, and I had a really hard time, maintaining that. Most of the money that I was making through the business was going into the overhead to cover the business. So here we were replacing our income, trading a few hours a day, and I saw the potential. I saw the potential in turning this into a big opportunity for me and the ones I love. And 3 months after I closed my business, which was failing, which wasn't really making us healthy and profitable, we took a chance, closed it, and we dove into the opportunity full time. And it's been almost a year now, and it's been a huge blessing for us. It's given me a lot of time with my family, and I get up in the morning really excited to and look forward to doing and building this with other people and creating freedom for a lot of people in their lives, and just expanding this, and then letting people know about this all over the world.
Wow, what an amazing story. So you literally followed what we're taught from when we're basically born. You go to school, you get good grades, you get good education, then you go get a job, only to be let go. And I think a lot of people went through that same thing. I know we have somebody that really helps us out on the show a lot. Dan Lazaro is his name. He does a lot of work for us, and just he's a great guy. But he had something similar happen where his industry just was gone. So he had all this education, he had this industry. Now for me, I didn't go to college because I tried to go to college. I shouldn't say I didn't go. I tried, but sitting there and taking all these classes, my interest was in business. And so I go into business and I had to take all these classes that had nothing to do with business. Why do I have to take a science class when I'm in, going to school for business? Why do I had to take scuba diving. Well, I didn't have to take scuba diving, but I had to take, like a recreational class. So here I signed up for scuba diving. So I became certified to be a scuba diver in college. Like, I'm like, what the hell does this have to do with what I'm in school for? Nothing. You just want my money,
Right, right.
So I got really frustrated with that, and I said, I'm done with this crap. And so I just went out and I just went from job to job to job and chased the dollar. So I tried selling. I was a life insurance agent because I love the idea of providing to help. I wanted to help people, but I love the idea of time freedom. But I found, and so that was a sales-based industry. But I found like I was like a dog chasing my tail. It was like you get a sale and then you lose a sale, and you got to go out and you got to keep every week. You got to keep pumping the pavement in hopes to, build up enough business that this week I get a nice paycheck. Well, then next week, if I don't have everything lined up perfectly well and running around busting my butt, kind of what you were saying, in your traditional business, being the owner, when you're in sales, that's kind of the same thing. You're the owner of your business. So as hard as you work is how much you get paid.
Right.
But so I thought, yeah, I'm going to have all this freedom with my family, and I didn't have that. Similar to what you were saying, not getting able to see your daughter, not being able to do those things. And society continues to teach us that that is the way that we're supposed to live. And so to hear you say that you found, and one of the things that I just really wanted to have you on the show for, was that you have been able to find something out there to where you can have both things, where you can have the financial security and the financial freedom to not have to worry about what things, well, that's too expensive, or I can't pay my light bill, or pay my rent, whatever it is. You don't have to worry about that, but yet you also get the benefit to wake up every morning when your body's ready for you to wake up, or when your daughter comes running in and wakes you up. That's my case most of the time. And so I just wanted to have you on the show to just share, what a typical day in your life is like now. And so could you share a little bit about what your typical day looks like?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, the best thing is, I really don't know what my day is going to look like tomorrow. The best part is to be able to design your day before you go to sleep, or get up in the morning and really look outside, look at the weather, and talk to your family, and really design the things that you love to do, and go to the places that you love to go to, and do the things that you love to do, and that's something very foreign to me. I had a hard time when I transitioned from my traditional business into this lifestyle, because we're so hardwired and so programmed to get up in the morning and go somewhere, right? Get up in the morning, either go to school or go to a job or go to run your business. And, if you're not doing that, you feel unproductive, or you feel like you're a failure, or you're not doing something, right? And that's how we've been programmed. So it really takes a kind of a different mindset to different way of thinking to change your life, right? So it's been truly amazing. I've really embraced this time freedom that I have, to be able to get up on a typical day. I get up and I go for a run. Now that the weather is better here, I go for a half-an-hour run outside. I come home, have my breakfast. I wait for my daughter to wake up. When she wakes up, I'm always there. And Chelsea and I, my wife and I, talk all the time about how her perception of parenting is that the parents are always home. She can always expect me in the morning because I'm here. And what a wonderful thing it is for her to get up and have her daddy and mommy next to her and feel that sense of love and security. For me, providing that is so priceless, because I remember growing up when I was young, I never had my father around because he was always out chasing the dollar, running a business. Because of that, now me and him don't have a close relationship at all. It's pretty strange because I can see him at parties or at family gatherings, and it's really hard to communicate with him. He almost feels like a stranger, which is really sad. I wish I had a closer relationship with him. I wish I can talk to him more about, deeper stuff about life and relationships and what's happening in my life. And I think because he was always away, especially when I was young, we never had a chance to have that bond. So it's really hard for me now, and I'm trying to bridge a connection. I'm trying to talk to him, but it's very difficult. So I know what kind of impact that can have on a child growing up. So for me to give my little girl my time, for instance, today before I got on the call with you, we went for a long walk in the neighborhood. Went through these trails, and she was just ecstatic. And for me to just be there and not worry about running a business, not have that stress of managing employees, managing overhead, and going through phone calls, and it's priceless. I can't put it into words. And then after breakfast, I'll hang out with her for a bit, and I'll do some of my work and get on the computer, get some emails done and answer some calls, and I'll have lunch with my wife, and then usually I go and get a workout in before the masses hit the gym at 5 o'clock, where it looks like a zoo, right?
Yeah.
So I would get in the gym at 2 or 3 o'clock. It's nice and empty, a few people there. I have great conversations with people, because it's funny, at that time people their pace is kind of nice and slow and steady, whereas in the afternoon everybody's running around in the gym like it's chaotic. So I love getting in the gym at like 2 o'clock, getting my workout. By the time 4 o'clock hits, I'm out of there. When everybody's coming into the gym, and you know what, I have the rest of the evening free. I can do whatever I want. I can go for appointments, I can meet people for coffee, I can get together with people, I can spend time with my friends and family. And what I started doing was investing a lot of time in myself. What I mean by that is, I know for me to grow and think differently, I need to invest in myself. I need to start learning the philosophies from successful people. And I started listening to podcasts, like your show, and I started reading books, and I started, listening to audio books to really grow my mind. Because there's one quote that came across a while ago that I think is really big and had a profound effect on me, is that formal education will make you a living, which is fine. Self-education will make you a fortune, which is super fine, right? It's a quote by Jim Rohn. So self-education is very important. A lot of my friends that I know are stuck in jobs and businesses that they absolutely hate. Every time I talk to them, they complain, oh man, I'm not happy, I'm not getting time with my kids, I'm not able to travel, I'm working 7 days a week. So if you want to get out of that, if you want to get out of a situation that you're not happy, you really got to invest in yourself. And it's going to come down to self-education. Who are you listening to? What are you reading? What philosophies are you practicing in your life? If the school system and if your parents, if what they taught you is not working and you're not happy, you need to really go out on your own and seek the information that's going to really help you move towards a life that's very liberating. Freedom is a big thing for me. No one can come to me now and pay me any amount of money to go back to a job, because I just won't. I just don't believe in trading time for money anymore. When there are opportunities out there where you can create income using wealth principles like leverage and residual income, things like that, it's available to everybody, and they don't check resumes. They don't check the color of your skin, your sex, your height, which is phenomenal. It's an equal opportunity for every single person. All you have to do is have the courage and make the move, and believe in the process, believe in your mentors, and believe in the system to take you there. And it takes time. You have to be patient. We're all programmed for instant gratification in today's society, but nothing good comes fast. You have to be patient. And 1 year of us being in this opportunity, we worked hard and we had to overcome a lot of obstacles, but we've just scratched the surface. The amount of freedom that I want to create for other people is what really gets me excited and gets me going. So, the fact that I can plan my day how I want is just unreal. Most of my friends and family members, they can't believe it. They're confused as to what I'm doing, but I keep telling them, hey, man, I got something good here for everyone. And so it's just phenomenal to have that freedom in my life for the first time. I'm going to be 38 this August, and this is the first time I've ever experienced this type of freedom in my life, since I came to this country.
That is awesome. And I'll tell you, I'm getting ready in July. I'm going to be leaving my job.
Wow.
So to hear you talk about planning your day, I'm like, oh, I can't wait. Because at my job, I work about 12 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week, and then I do all this on the side. So for me, and I shared this with you earlier, it's pretty typical for me to only get 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night.
Wow.
I mean, my girlfriend was joking. I slept 6 hours the other day, and so she was teasing me that I got to sleep in. I just don't have the time. But with my lifestyle, it's important for me, like you were saying, to spend that time with my family. And I can't do this anymore. And I tell people at my work, yeah, I'm getting ready to leave, and like, what? Like, because around here, I live near Detroit, so the automotive industry's if you can get into one of the big three, Chevy or GM, Ford, or Chrysler, people think that you've got it made. That's a decent 6-figure income, and the work isn't that difficult. However, that's where people get trapped into that, trading that time for money. And I have people that live an hour away after the economy took the dive that it did. Plants shut down, and now they got moved to this plant in Toledo, but they might live an hour north, and they have to commute every day. So now they're working 12 hours a day, plus they have an hour commute, which there and back ends up 2-hour commute. So 14 hours of their day is wrapped up in their job. That leaves 10 hours to spend with their family, and most of the time they're sleeping. So really, there is no time with their family. And the divorce rate at my company is outrageous. I got divorced. I started working there. I didn't even make it 2 years yet, and I get a phone call at 11 o'clock in the evening, and my wife packed up and moved out. So, here I took that job looking at the money and the finances that provided, and in the meantime, I lost that my family. And so you were kind of speaking on that earlier, how you had your traditional business and your relationship with your wife, with Chelsea, was really suffering because of the time that you were away. And it drives me crazy now that I know that there's another way, and and you're living that other way. Hello, people, audience, listeners, if you're out there, listen up. This isn't the way it has to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I love what you talked about, that working on yourself, because that is so important. And that's one of the things, I have the 5 over here. I have 5 daily practices for happiness, right? Journaling, service to others, gratitudes, meditations, and then exercise, having good health.
Mm-hmm.
Now, from what you're explaining, you're able to earn an income in living that.
Right.
Helping other people to live that. That's amazing to me. And to be able to say to my audience, hey, if you want to know what we're doing, you want to know what Sanj did over, a year ago? Is that how long ago you got involved
Right. Yes.
in this industry? So it took him a year to get to this point, and I'm getting ready to leave my job, so I can do this more full time. This is my, this kick-ass dad. This is what we do. This is our service, just to share with our audience and our listeners that you don't have to live this life. And I had a listener write in and say that he thought this was a show about parenting, and were we talking about making money and all these different things when we're talking about parenting.
Mm-hmm.
And you spoke exactly on that when you talked about your relationship with your father. My relationship with my father is the same way. My dad moved to Italy for 6 years, which was awesome. I got to go to Italy during my teenage years, but also traveled Europe and all those things, saw things that most people don't see ever. But what we're stepping into, and where you're already at, Sanj, is that you can not only give that experience to your kids, but you can also be there. My dad wasn't there. He was at his work. And I'm not blaming, I'm not upset with him because he didn't know any different. But as you said, my relationship with him isn't nearly what I would like it to be. And it isn't because he was gone at his job all the time. And then when he did come home, he's tired, he's stressed out, he's pissed off at John over there didn't get that order out in time, and this stress is going on, all these things going on. And so by the time he came home, and the way he showed up when he got home was like what you were describing at the gym, chaotic, hustle, bustle, instead of that casual, relaxed, just, hey, good morning, how you doing? Like waking up with your daughter. That's one of my favorite things about the fact that I work night shift is I get my daughter dropped off at 5 a.m. My ex-wife's a nurse, so she goes in real early. So she'll drop my daughter off when she's still asleep, and I put her back to bed, and then I wait, and then I go to sleep. And then when she wakes up, she comes and wakes me up, climbs in bed with me, and, Dad, wake up, get me breakfast. And I love that aspect of the fact of working night shift, because otherwise I would have been up and at work by the time she woke up. But one of my favorite things was tucking her in at night. I like to sing her songs when I tuck her in. I haven't tucked her in at night during the week. I mean, the last time was like Labor Day when I had, or not Labor, Memorial Day or whatever, when I had the last day I had off work. I don't even know. All the days kind of meshed together, So how can I show up to the world in my best form? How can I teach my kids in the best manners or the best ways possible when I'm spending so much time at my job? Or, I'm stressed out because of my job, or all of those different things. So everything that you're saying is just amazing that you get to have that opportunity as a father. And, could you speak a little bit on your relationship with your wife and what that's done for the relationship as a couple?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've come full circle since the time we met. Hi. Hi there. There she is.
You can say hi.
She just brought me a delicious lunch.
Awesome.
Yeah, there. She just brought me a delicious lunch. That's amazing. I wish I can show you the lunch, but I don't know if I flip it, it'll all fall over. But it's a beautiful presentation, I must say. But yeah, we've come up full circle. When we actually met about 10 years ago in Cancun, Mexico, on vacation. Not many people know that, but we completely fell in love since the time we met each other. And she's from Idaho, USA, and I'm in Toronto. And 3 months after we met each other, she moved here to be with me, and we've been together ever since. We're best friends, and we've been through a lot together. But one of the things I can say is that when I lost my job 3 months after she moved here, and I went into the business, I can see our relationship was really deteriorating through the first year, second year of the business. And the stress that you bring from your work and your business really takes a toll on your relationship. And I saw that slowly happening, and we weren't spending as much time together. And I was really unhappy about that. And at that time, I didn't know what was happening, and Now that I look back, it was certainly my business that had the impact on our relationship. And once I got out of the business, now that we're in this opportunity, we work together, we spend a lot of time together, we're able to talk a lot. It's improved our relationship so much, and we've come a full circle, and we've grown so much through the process. But I think getting out of my traditional business really saved my marriage. I have to say, because if I had stayed on that track, who knows what would have happened, and I don't think I would have gotten much time with her, or my baby girl, and I couldn't have been there to support her and help her through her challenges, and her ventures and stuff. So that's one of the things. There was a training that I went to a few weeks ago in Ottawa, and they shared a statistic, which was I was like, wow, when I heard it, and that was people that commute more than 40 minutes a day to their job or business, they have a chance of over 40% chance of getting divorced. Yeah, so which I was like, wow, and I can see why, right? And I just, lately I've been just asking myself and my friends, what is really the point of living? What is the point of life? Is it really to trade your time for a dollar? Because time is the most precious commodity. You cannot buy back time. After today is gone. You can never have it back. Money is something you can always make, but time, you can't get more time. Everybody's time is limited, and the clock is ticking. What are you really doing to leave here with memories and not just dreams, right? And for me, for me, trading your life away just to pay your bills, is that really the point of life? Is that really why we come into existence and why we are here? And if that's the case, how do you really build a quality of life with your loved ones? With your kids and your family, and for those that are single, maybe with your friends and people that you love. How do you create memories? How do you spend your time well instead of just trading it away? So for me, the time freedom is the most precious commodity that anybody can buy. And I look up to so many people that in my business now, and they have so much time freedom, and they're able to design the life that they really truly desire, and to see the quality of their life, and some of the other people in my life who are just working their life away. I just look back and go, wow, they're just a decision away from changing their life. Just one decision, and just taking that action from really dramatically changing their life in a big way. And a lot of times, we stay in our own way. There's no great force or anything that's stopping us, and we're always in our way. And if we just get out of our way and embrace these opportunities that come our way, and just be open to learning and growing, and linking on with like-minded people, the quality of the life that we can create can really impact the world for years and years to come.
So if somebody wants to do that, Sanj, how can they get a hold of you to figure out what it is that you're doing? Can you share with how people can get a hold of you?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I have. You can find me on Facebook. My wife and I we have a shared Facebook page. It's Sanj and N Chel, so it's SANJ space the letter N, another space, and CHELS. So we have a joint Facebook page. That's like our main form of communication with the world, because everybody seems to be on Facebook, and we seem to connect really easily with other people on Facebook, and people can find us that way. Or people can catch me on my email too. My email is Sanj Daman Fitness, SANJDAMAN Fitness @gmail.com. And also, people can get in touch with you too, Chris, and see, because we're obviously in this together, and you're somebody that really inspires me. I see all your posts on Facebook and how positive you are, and I really feel blessed to surround myself around people like you who really uplift me and show me that it's possible to keep going, and give me the strength. So You know, I appreciate your friendship and your support, and you know, they can always get a hold of you to you know, link arm with us.
Awesome. Thank you. This was awesome. I can't thank you enough. You had so many awesome nuggets in that whole conversation, just sharing your story. So if you want to get a hold of Sanj and Chels, you can catch them on Facebook or their email. I'm going to be putting that in the show notes so that if you didn't get a chance to write it down, you can go to the show description and it'll be in there. But Sanj, thank you so much for taking the time out and sharing your story. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. And I just wanted to say that you know, what you're doing is so awesome. You know, I started listening to your show too, and it's phenomenal. It gives so much value to parents, and especially fathers out there. And you know, it's time for us to take a stand and really be the change that we want to see in the world. And you know, the fatherhood is one of the most important role that anybody could play. It's actually a privilege to be a father, you know, and the more the best way we're living that role is the best way we're going to show our kids how to be better parents and better fathers. And the philosophies that you guys share on the show is just phenomenal. And you know, I want to encourage every father out there to plug into your show and really grow their mind and grow their philosophies to become a kick-ass dad.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sanj. That was a really good close.
All right, Chris, you have yourself a great day, and I hope to talk to you soon.
All right, enjoy that lunch.
All right, I will. Thank you so much.
Chelsea, I said goodbye.
Will do. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Talk to you. Bye-bye.